Today, I'm going to explain the first 2 episodes of the series, My Idea's Gangnam Beauty, released in the year 2018. The episode starts on a train where a girl named Mi-rae observes other girls and rates their beauty. Later, she visits a cosmetologist with her mother for her plastic surgery. After the doctor explains the possible post-surgery side effects, her mother signs the consent for Mi-rae. Once the formalities are complete, Mi-rae heads to the operating theater. Following this, we're taken to a flashback where Mi-rae is a small girl who's bullied for being fat and ugly. However, she's brave and often fights against the bullies. Since Mi-rae believes that losing weight will make her pretty, she starts to eat less and do regular exercises. Not only that, she also improves her studies and achieves the highest grades in her class. Because of this, no one makes fun of her for a while, which makes her feel like a normal student. However, her happiness doesn't last long as one day when Mi-rae expresses her feelings to her crush, he demeans her, saying she still looks ugly like an orc monster even though she has lost weight and is the class topper. Embarrassed by her looks, the constant hatred, and bullying, she goes to a bridge to contemplate taking her own life. After Mi-rae undergoes the surgery, her mother encourages her to embrace all the positive energies and get ready to live a life she's always wanted as she is going to university. A few days later, when Mi-rae goes to buy perfume, her post-surgery face is finally revealed. The new look makes her confident and boosts her self-esteem. After a few days, Mi-rae attends her college orientation and starts a new life with a new face. There, she meets Hyunjun, her best friend since middle school. They take selfies together as a memory of their first day of college. Since she looks beautiful, several boys keep staring at her. Mi-rae, who's used to being stared at for her unattractive looks, once again feels insecure, but Hyunjung assures her that she looks very pretty. One of the boys even asks for her phone number, but she refuses to give it as she still can't believe the fact that someone has approached her. Later, she meets some freshmen from her department and starts evaluating their beauty as usual. Soon, she gets along well with everyone. The girls compliment Mi-rae on her good looks. Meanwhile, another girl, Yun-sua, arrives at the scene. Mi-rae is stunned by her beauty and gives her a perfect 100 points. Yun-sua also finds Mi-rae very stylish and wants to be friends with her. Suddenly, a very handsome boy, Kyung-seok, arrives, and the senior girls are attracted to him. Following this, they all head to the university for their orientation. On the way to the orientation hall, Mi-rae sees Kyung-seok. As other girls talk about his good looks, during the introduction session of the chemistry department, where Mi-rae is about to study, the seniors introduce themselves first. Then Kyung-seok steps in and introduces himself. Mi-rae is shocked to see the boy and worries if he's the same Kyung-seok she knows from her middle school. Later, when the freshmen eat and drink together, Mi-rae keeps looking at Kyung-seok, thinking he's surely her classmate from school. Just then, a few senior boys arrive, and one of them, named Chan-woo, starts flirting with Mi-rae and asks her if he can be her boyfriend. However, she's confused about how to react. Afterwards, the seniors play games with the freshmen to make them more interactive and creative. Mi-rae's team reaches the final round, and her teammates choose her as the leader for a dance competition. This makes Mi-rae anxious, and she immediately calls Hyunjung, who is from a different department. Mi-rae tells him that she can't dance in front of a crowd, but Hyunjung encourages her to be bold and flaunt her talent. He also tells her to start living as a new person since she has a new face now. Hearing all this, Mi-rae becomes confident and agrees to dance. In the next scene, Mi-rae dances her heart out, and everyone applauds and cheers for her. Kyung-seok remembers Mi-rae from school days when she practiced dancing alone. Meanwhile, Mi-rae gets overwhelmed as she's not used to receiving love from her classmates. Afterwards, Chan-woo asks her to drink with him, but she feels uncomfortable and excuses herself. When she goes outside to the orientation hall, she receives a call from her mother and breaks down, explaining how much love she's receiving. Back in the hall, a senior girl tries to flirt with Kyung-seok, but he ignores her. On his way outside the hall, he encounters Yun-sua, who also tries to get close to him, saying she's drunk. However, Kyung-seok asks other boys to help her and leaves. In the next scene, Mi-rae receives a video call from her father, Ji-sung, who's unaware of her surgery. Since he doesn't recognize her, he asks who she is. Scared, Mi-rae lies that she's a senior and has Mi-rae's phone with her, as freshmen are not allowed to use phones during orientation. After Ji-sung hangs up, Mi-rae becomes sad as she had to lie to her father. Back at home, Mi-rae's mother arrives and tries to tell Ji-sung about the plastic surgery. However, she fails to do so as Ji-sung loves his daughter the way she is and doesn't want her to alter her face. Elsewhere, as Mi-rae is still ridden with guilt, the senior Chan-woo arrives and asks her if she's okay. He even gives her a bottle of water to drink. After a while, he takes her to a lounge to rest, where he confesses his feelings for her, but she avoids the awkward conversation and tries to leave the room. This enrages Chan-woo, and he attempts to lock the door, but Kyung-suk arrives in the nick of time and pushes the door, making the senior fall to the ground. The humiliation further enrages Chan-woo. He furiously leaves the room and asks Mi-rae to come with him, but she refuses. In the next scene, Kyung-suk asks Mi-rae if she went to the same high school. As surprisingly, Mi-dae does not answer, and seeing this, Kyung-seok leaves, saying he knew someone with the same name. In a flashback, it is revealed that Kyung-suk was the most handsome guy in school and was very popular. However, due to reasons unknown, he transferred to a different school. Back in the present, Mi decides to pretend she doesn't recognize him. Later that night, she asks Hyunjung if her new face still resembles her old one. Hyunjung replies that she's become a new person, so it will be impossible for Kyung-suk to recognize her. Elsewhere, Kyung-suk goes to a hospital to visit his friend Yoo-jin, who's been injured after getting beaten up by his father. It turns out that he wanted to open up a pub business, which was totally against his father's wishes. Soon, the two friends drive to Yoo-jin's new place for his business, which needs renovation. As they drink together, Kyung-suk reveals that his father is not happy with him choosing a chemistry major in college. When Yoo-jin asks him about his mother, he says that she's dead to him. The next morning, Kyung-suk drives with his sister and father, who's a politician, for his entrance ceremony. Mi-rae's parents also arrive at the university. Ji-sung is very excited, however, the excitement doesn't last long. When he learns that they have undergone plastic surgery, he is shattered and heartbroken to have lost his old daughter and leaves the ceremony, claiming he doesn't recognize the new Mi-rae. This makes Mi-rae sad, and she breaks down in front of her mother. The next day is the first day of college. Mi-rae meets her friends and goes to the class where she finds Chan-woo waiting for her. He tries to attract her, saying he was the topper in his first year and is ready to help Mead with her studies and provide her exam notes. He then asks her to join him for lunch at the cafeteria so that they can talk. Although Mi-rae is hesitant, she agrees. Later, while having lunch, he asks her again if they can be in a relationship, making her uncomfortable. Mi-rae starts to cough and excuses herself to the washroom. Meanwhile, Yun-sua arrives at the table and hits on Chan-woo, saying she was infatuated with him at the orientation. This excites Chan-woo, but Yun-sua mentions that she's now over him and walks away. On the other hand, the senior girl sits at Kyung-seok's table and tries to flirt with him, but he ignores her again. Later, while Mi-rae returns from the bathroom to confront Chan-woo and clear things up with him, he himself apologizes to her for making things complicated and claims that he likes someone else and leaves. As he walks towards the door, Kyung-suk, who has been observing everything from his table, trips Chan-woo, who falls on the floor. Because of this, a fight ensues between the two. During the altercation, Chan-woo inadvertently pushes Mi-dae, and she falls into Kyung-suk's arms. Just then, Chan-woo's friends arrive and bail him out of the cafeteria, as by this time a large crowd has already gathered. Afterwards, when Mi-rae also leaves the cafeteria, Kyung-suk finds her perfume that fell from her bag while she was pushed. In the following scene, Chan-woo meets Yun-sua and asks her to go out with him, but she says she needs some time to think and leaves. She then goes to see Mi-rae and tells her not to worry about Chan-woo. This makes Mi-rae think that Yun-sua is an angel, as she's good with everyone. Inside the chemistry experiment lab, the students are divided into teams. Mi-rae, Kyung-suk, and Yun-sua are on the same team, along with 3 others. Yun-sua suggests Mi-rae be their team leader, but the latter isn't confident enough. Hence, Kyung-suk takes the lead, and Yun-sua, who seems quite attracted to Kyung-suk, says she will be a note-taker. The next day, Yun-sua tries to talk to Kyung-suk, but he gives her the cold shoulder. Meanwhile, Mi-rae passes by, and Kyung-suk calls her outside to have a quick talk. This makes Yun-sua a bit envious. Outside, Kyung-suk gives Mi-rae her perfume and asks her again if she really isn't the same Mi-rae from his middle school who wore the same pomelo perfume. This time, she accepts being the same Mi-rae and requests him not to tell anyone about how she looked previously. However, before Kyung-suk can say anything, his friend arrives and takes him away. Because of this, Mi-rae starts assuming that her college days will also turn out to be like her school days, full of bullying and hatred. Later, Kyung-suk heads to Yoo-jin's pub, where his department's freshman party is going to be held. As he helps with the setup, Kyung-suk thinks about what Mi-rae meant when she asked him not to tell anyone about her old face. Meanwhile, an anxious Mi-rae decides to skip the freshman party at the pub. However, Hyunjung insists that she go to the party and enjoy herself. Mi-rae is still confused about what to do, but Hyunjung eventually convinces her to go. The following night at the freshers' party, some seniors join the freshers at a table and insist on playing drinking games. Mi-rae is picked multiple times in the game and has to drink shots. After a point, when she's had enough shots, she doesn't feel well and is unable to drink. Hence, Kyung-suk drinks on her behalf. This makes Yun-sua jealous, and she hopes that Suk will do the same for her. However, to her dismay, a guy named Won-ho, who has a crush on her, arrives and drinks her shot. He confesses his feelings for her, but Yun-sua rejects him, saying they can only be friends. After Won-ho leaves the bar with his friend, everyone starts to chat. The senior boys compliment Yun-sua for her good looks. However, Yun-sua shifts the attention towards Mi-rae, saying she's the beautiful one who should not have done any plastic surgery. Hearing this, Mi-dae is shocked and speechless. Just then, Kyung-suk shouts at Yun-sua for pretending and trying to be nice to everyone. Immediately, Yun-sua begins to cry and goes to the washroom. Being the good girl that she is, Mi-rae follows her and tries to console her. Meanwhile, Kyung-suk also leaves the pub, but he is confronted by Won-ho and his friend, who talk to him about Yun-sua. Outside the pub, Won-ho challenges Kyung-suk to drink with him, but he gets drunk soon and loses his balance, falling from his chair. Elsewhere, Chan-woo sits with Yun-sua and again asks her if she would like to go out with him. As expected, she breaks his heart, mentioning that she doesn't have any feelings for him. Instead, she lies to him that he is Mi-dae's crush. This proves that Yun-sua is cunning and pretends to be nice to everyone. After all the drama, Mi-rae decides to head back home early. On her way, she meets Chan-woo, who blames her for Yun-sua's rejection of him. Since Mi-rae never liked Chan-woo, she's confused about why Yun-sua said so. Just then, an enraged Chan-woo calls her the plastic monster of Gangnam, prompting her to hit him with a bag. As she walks back home, disheartened, she walks past Kyung-suk. The episode ends as Kyung-suk notices her upset. That was all from the video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for more content like this and hit the like button to help us out. Also, leave a comment if you want us to recap your favorite movie. Until next time, take care.